Imagine this for a moment. A packed arena. No music yet. No speech yet. Elvis Presley steps toward the microphone. Years later, Barack Obama steps toward a podium. One lifts his head. The other lifts his hand. And in both places, tens of thousands of people fall completely silent. No orders. No commands. Just control. Two men. Two eras. Two completely different weapons. One used music to reach the heart. The other used words to shape belief. Tonight, we're asking a dangerous question. Who truly controlled the crowd? Elvis or Obama? People like to argue about fame, about popularity, about numbers. But this story isn't about that. It's about authority, without force. Because real control doesn't come from shouting louder. It comes from making people choose to listen. And both Elvis Presley and Barack Obama understood that better than anyone. In 1972, Elvis walked onto the stage at Madison Square Garden. No political message. No instructions. No promises of change. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't rush. He simply stood there, and the screaming stopped. Not because he demanded silence, but because the crowd didn't want to miss a single breath. That was Elvis's power. He didn't command attention. He absorbed it. Now fast forward to 2008. Chicago. Grant Park. Barack Obama steps forward to speak. Before the first sentence, the noise fades. Not because people were afraid, but because they believed something important was about to happen. Obama didn't sing to their pain. He organized it. He took fear, anger, exhaustion, and gave it structure. Elvis softened hearts. Obama focused minds. And that's where the quiet rivalry begins. Right after the intro. Let me pause here for a second. If stories like this matter to you, stories that go deeper than headlines and hit songs, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. These aren't just stories. They're lessons. Elvis once said something quietly to a close friend backstage. When I sing, he said, I don't want them to hear me. I want them to remember themselves. That was his secret. Elvis never told people what to think. He reminded them what they already felt. Loneliness, regret, love, hope. He mirrored the audience back to itself. And when people see themselves clearly, they listen. Obama did something different. He didn't mirror emotion. He redirected it. In speech after speech. He took raw feeling and turned it into purpose. That's why people followed him. Not because he entertained them, but because he gave them direction. Here's something rarely talked about. Elvis avoided politics on purpose. He once told his inner circle, the minute I tell people what to believe, I lose them. Obama avoided spectacle. He understood that once emotion overwhelms reason, leadership disappears. They weren't opposites. They were limits. Now let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. If someone interrupted your moment with anger, pain, or desperation, would you overpower them, or would you transform them? There's a moment that explains everything. During an Elvis concert in the mid-70s, a man shouted angrily from the crowd. Security moved in. The band kept playing. Elvis stopped them. He didn't argue. He didn't shame the man. He changed the song, slowed it down, lowered his voice, and the man sat down crying. No confrontation, just emotional control. Years later, Obama faced a protester interrupting a rally. He didn't silence him. He paused, listened, then reframed the anger into conversation. The crowd followed him, not because they agreed, but because they trusted him. Here's the truth. Most people don't want to hear. Elvis never promised change. Obama never promised comfort. And that's why both were dangerous in their own way. Elvis made people feel deeply, even when it scared them. Obama made people think clearly, even when it challenged them. One ruled the heart. The other ruled direction. But who truly controlled the crowd? Here's the twist. Neither did. The crowd gave them permission. Elvis earned it through vulnerability. Obama earned it through conviction. Near the end of his life, Elvis said something heartbreaking. I can move them tonight, he said, but tomorrow, they're still alone. Years later, Obama said something strikingly similar. A speech can inspire you, he said, but it can't live your life for you. Both men understood the same truth. Control is temporary. Influence is fragile. And real power is responsibility. So let's come back to the question. Music or words? Who truly controlled the crowd? Maybe the real answer is this. The crowd was never controlled. They were recognized. And that's why Elvis still matters. That's why Obama still matters. If you had the power to move millions, would you choose to heal them? Or would you choose to lead them? Tell me in the comments. And if this story made you think, like the video, subscribe, and stay with us for more untold stories.